The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the producers and the individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff of the Sun Prairie Media Center, its members or underwriters, the board members of the Media Center Commission, Charter Communications, TDS Telecom, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
Hi everyone, welcome to Simply Fun Cooking. I'm your host, Rachel Hanson, and who are you?
Nolan.
This is Nolan. He's cooking with me today, and we're really excited. We have a couple really great recipes we're going to share with you today with some fresh grill flavor as we get ready for summer.
Yeah, for everybody.
For everybody? Yeah. So we're going to use the grill pan to grill up some chicken, and we're going to use our indoor-outdoor grill to grill up some veggies and to make a delicious dip. So hang out with us today.
We can even use it outside.
We can use it outside. Yeah, so hang out with us today. We're going to make a chopped California Cobb salad and a Mexican street corn dip. Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
All right, let's get started. All right, we're going to start with our chopped California Cobb salad. This one we're going to make and serve in our cool and serve tray. What this is going to allow us to do is keep the whole salad nice and cold so we can take it to an event. We can take it to share. We can take it on a picnic. Thank you. We can take it anywhere we need to go. We're also going to put the dressing on the bottom of this salad, and that's going to help make sure that our lettuce does not get all soggy. All right, Nolan is really ready to help. You ready to help? Mm-hmm. All right. So let me get the chicken started first. I have 3 chicken breasts here, and they're seasoned with a little bit of our bell pepper herb rub and just a little bit of canola oil. And we've got our grill pan heated up. And we're just going to cook these up for about 3 to 4 minutes per side. All right, we'll check on those in a couple minutes. And we're going to get the dressing started. The dressing we're going to make in the manual food processor. And the base of this dressing is actually some nice healthy fats. What do you have there?
Avocado.
Yeah, avocado. So we're going to open this up.
I wanted to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So we open it up just like this.
Okay. Look at how big that is.
Yeah, there's a nice big pit in there, isn't there? Boop. All right, then we're going to scoop all this out.
I want a little piece of it. It fell into there.
That's where we want it.
Now for the next one?
Yep, now for the next one. We're going to scrape it out, and we're going to put it in the manual food processor.
I want to do this, okay?
Yes, you're going to get to. All right. So we add our avocado into the manual food processor. And then we're just going to work on really smashing it up by pumping. Some other things that we're going to add to our dressing. We're going to add a little bit of milk. Let's get this all smashed up. How's it looking? Yep.
Good.
Smashing up. All right, so now we're going to add 3 tablespoons of milk. So that's this big one, Nolan.
Is this 3?
Well, we have to do 3 big scoops of milk. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
There's 1. 2.
I want to do it this time by myself. Oh, I got it in there.
All right, 3 scoops of milk. We're going to add a tablespoon of our bell pepper herb rub. This is the same rub that we have on the chicken right now. So just put about a tablespoon of that in there.
I'll spread it all around for you.
You know what? We're going to spread it all around by mixing. We don't need to spread it all around with our measuring spoon.
Next one.
A little bit of salt.
I wanted to do it.
Well, you can help with the lemon. And then we need some fresh lemon juice.
I love lemon juice.
You love lemon juice?
Yeah.
So all we're going to do is we're going to take our lemon.
So.
Yep, nice sharp knife. Cut some of it off. And we just need a couple tablespoons. So we'll put that in here like this. Yep, you sure can. You squeeze this down.
I want some.
Let's get the nice big lemon. So we'll just squeeze that in there. Okay, squeeze it down.
I want some.
You want some lemon?
Yeah.
Well, you know what we can do is we can take the rest of this lemon, we can put it in water later, right? And then we can infuse our water with the rest of this lemon. It'll make it taste nice and fresh. How's that sound?
Yeah.
All right. Set that aside.
Mix it all around.
So now, oh, we don't need to mix with this. We can actually mix just by putting that on there. So hold it down and mix away. All right.
It's all done.
Let's see. We're going to add a little bit of garlic because I love garlic in my salad dressing.
Oh, I want to do it.
You're such a good helper, Nolan. 2 cloves of garlic. All right, you pump. I'm going to check on our chicken. Just going to go ahead and flip our chicken over.
It's all done. You know, it's not. Now it's time to mix.
And a couple more minutes on the other side. All right, we're going to scrape down the sides just a little bit here. There's a couple chunks of avocado that need to get mixed in. Oh, you can scrape it out in just a minute. You want to scrape down the sides?
Right.
Scrape, scrape, scrape. Nope, not in your mouth. All right, ready? All right, and our dressing is all ready to go. So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to get the rest of our salad ingredients ready. We are going to put a couple of eggs in here. One of our eggs got cracked a little bit for us already. We're just going to crack our eggs.
Yeah, I did that for you.
You did that for me?
Yeah.
We are actually cracking them right in the microwave egg cooker here. All right, so we crack 1 egg in each side. And we add about 1/2 cup of water to each side.
I want to do it.
You want to add the water? Yeah. Can you carefully pour the water into this side? Very carefully.
So it doesn't spill.
Yep. And I'm just piercing the yolk right there. That looks good. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the microwave for about 1.5 to 2 minutes.
I'll hold the water so you need it.
Okay. I'm just going to cover this. And 1.5 to 2.5 minutes. And then our eggs will be cooked. We don't have to hard boil a bunch of eggs. We just need 2. While we're waiting for our eggs to cook, we're actually going to slice all of our tomatoes in half.
Oh, I want to do that.
Well, so we're going to use the close and cut.
I want to do it.
You want to help me with it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need you to do is I need you to push this down. Can you push this down and hold it down? All right. Now let go. Look at that. They're all cut in half.
Can I have one?
All right. Our eggs are out of the microwave. And I'm just going to use our mixing chunk.
No, I want to do it.
Oh, you will. We're going to scoop our eggs out. We're going to cook up a little bit of bacon. We just need a couple of slices. And we're going to put them in the egg cooker. And just in a couple minutes in the microwave, we'll get this all cooked up and ready to go. How's your egg coming along? Did you squish it all up?
Yep.
Good job. Now that we have our bacon in the egg cooker, we're just going to cover this, put it in the microwave, and in about 2 to 3 minutes, our bacon will be all cooked and ready to go. All right, good job in the eggs. We're going to set these aside. And let's get our chicken off the grill pan. This chicken smells amazing. So our chicken, we're just going to let this rest for a couple minutes, and we're going to chop that up for our salad. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our dressing, and I'm going to scoop it down here, and then I want you to spread it out nice and thin, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Really?
Using an avocado to make your salad dressing is a really great way to have that creamy consistency that we love without having too much cream. Gives you some nice healthy fats in your diet. All right, here you go, bud. And some great flavor. Go ahead and spread that out nice and thin. The next part is to add our lettuce. So we've got a couple heads of romaine.
It's all done.
Well, we'll get it in a minute. We have a couple heads of romaine. All I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it the long way once, turn it 90 degrees here, and cut again. And now we can start at the end, and we're going to just cut strips. Now this technique is called chiffonade, which is French. All right, so we get these nice long strips.
Can I have one?
Yep, you can have one. Chiffonade in French actually means made of rags. So we have these nice long strips. This is a technique that can be used with leafy greens and basil, all sorts of those kinds of foods. Now when you chiffonade your lettuce for your salad, it makes every piece a nice bite-sized portion. The next topping we're going to add is our chicken. So we're going to go ahead and dice this up.
I want to do it.
You want to chop it up?
What does dice mean?
Good question. What does dice mean? Dice means we're going to chop it into little pieces. All right, I just checked on our bacon. We need a little more time, so I'm putting it in for another 2 minutes. How are you doing with your chopping up the chicken?
Choppy.
You're chopping? How's it looking? Looks pretty good. So we're going to sprinkle our chicken.
Oh, I said yummy.
Yummy, yummy. We'll sprinkle our chicken on our salad. All right, we'll get our eggs. Now, of course, if you have hard-boiled eggs already at home, you absolutely can use those. This is just a really quick way of getting that hard-boiled egg consistency without having to heat up a big pot of water and boiling up a bunch of eggs, or heating up a whole pot of water just for 2 eggs. Really quick and easy way to do this.
Uh-oh, another seed fell out.
That's okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh, this seed fell out.
All right, let's spread them all around. All right. You keep working on that. I'm going to check on our bacon, okay? All right, we just have to break apart our bacon here. Did you get it all on there?
I'm ready for the next part.
You ready for the next part? Well, the next part is we're going to take some bacon and we're going to sprinkle it on.
I want a bacon.
The bacon is super hot because it just came out of the microwave. So I'm going to sprinkle it on.
I want some bacon.
You will be able to have some bacon when you have your salad.
I want a little piece.
All right, I'll get you a little piece. And we've got our bacon on there. All right, now we would not be good Wisconsinites without the most important part of a salad. What should we put on top, Nolan? Cheese.
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 And I want some cheese too.
So we're going to
I
spread,
want a cheese.
sprinkle a little bit of cheese right on top.
I want a cheese. I want a big piece of cheese. I want a big piece of cheese.
There you go, bud. All right, and there you have it. This is our chopped California Cobb salad, all ready to take with. All right, the next recipe we are going to make is a Mexican street corn dip. And this is a delicious appetizer, definitely a crowd pleaser. So many ways you can make this more or less spicy, and it's a really fun one for the summer. So we're actually going to use our indoor-outdoor grill, and we're going to grill up our veggies. And then after we make our dip, we're actually going to cook the dip right on the grill. All right, so we have this heated up to about medium heat right now. And we are going to start with 4 ears of corn. All I'm doing is I'm getting some canola oil ready. And we're going to just spritz our corn with a little bit of oil. So we have a little bit of oil on our corn. And we're going to sprinkle just a little bit of chili powder on here as well.
Is it cooked, Mama?
Not yet. We're going to cook it.
I'm wiping it.
All right, now what I have here, this is actually a brand new grill tray. We can put this whole tray right on the grill, and this is going to help make sure that little pieces of food don't fall through the grates of our grill. And it's also going to make cleanup a lot easier. So we've got our corn ready. We're also going to put on the tray to cook up a little bit. We're going to take a jalapeno, and we're going to cut that in half. Cut the top off, cut it in half, and we're going to put this on the tray as well, so that can roast up a little bit.
I want to put this on the tray.
And we're also going to take about a half of red onion. Of course, save the end with the roots for later.
And then we're going to do that.
And where should we put the red onion, bud?
Oh, wait, here.
Good idea.
No, I want a piece. I want a piece.
You want a piece of onion? Excellent. There you go. Get the paper off of it for you. There you go, this piece of onion. All right, so now all of these ingredients are ready to go, and we can put this whole tray right on the grill. All right, so we just pick this up. Now, we are still going to get our grill marks on all of our food. Look at that, you can see it sizzling already. So we'll still get our grill marks right through this little tray. Like I said, it's just going to make cleanup that much easier.
Mama, what are those?
And we don't have to worry, especially about our little jalapenos falling through the grates. These are our tongs. These are our grill tongs. They're nice and long so I don't burn myself. All right, while those are cooking up, we are going to make the base of our dip. So Nolan, this is where I need your help. We are going to mix together in here 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt and 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. So
I want
just,
to do it.
oh, sorry. You can do the next one. Ready? Just push it off. Here, you do this one. Oops, you have to push. There we go. And we just scrape it off.
And I want that west right there.
Oh, we got it. You want to start mixing this together? And then we're going to add some cheese.
I can do it really fast.
Whoa, that is super fast. We're going to use a block of pepper jack, about an 8-ounce block. Now, I have here some habanero jack because I like it extra spicy. And if you want this more mild, you could use just a regular jack, not a pepper jack. All right, now I want you to keep mixing. I'm going to add the cheese in. And I want you to mix that cheese in, okay?
Whoa, that's so heavy now.
All right. So let's grate up the rest of this cheese and we'll add it in. All right, so we just take all of our cheese.
Can I add a lot of these?
Just a minute, bud. So add all of our cheese and we're going to mix it up. Go ahead and mix, bud. We're also going to add some Parmesan cheese. But before we grate that up, let's check on our veggies. Just going to rotate our corn a little bit. You can see that it's starting to cook up a little bit. We're starting to get some grill marks on there. Look at that. Look at those nice grill marks starting up on our onion. Our jalapenos are the same way. We're going to let those keep cooking. Is that your cooking song? All right, we're going to take some Parmesan. It says about 3 ounces. All right, so about 3 ounces of Parmesan cheese. We'll get that grated up. We'll add all of that in as well. Now I like to use fresh cheese that I grate myself. It actually is going to melt a lot better and a lot easier for you. It's going to get a much creamier consistency than if you use pre-shredded, like store-bought shredded cheese. The store-bought shredded cheese, they put, have you ever noticed they put a powder on there to help make sure that it doesn't stick in the bag? And that's actually powdered cellulose, which is a fancy word for tree fiber, which you could call sawdust. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, when you really are in a rush and you need a bunch of shredded cheese, I'm not saying it's a bad option, but it's definitely going to be a healthier option and a much tastier option to shred it, grate it yourself. Next, we're going to add some lime zest to our bowl here. There's a couple ways that we can zest our lime. So you can actually hold the zester right over your dish, and you can just spin your lime right over it, and the zest will fall right in the bowl. Now, if you are trying to measure out a certain amount of zest, that's not easy to measure. So what I like to do is I like to flip the zester over, and then I can actually see, as it collects in the zester, how much zest I have.
I want some.
Now you'll notice that I'm constantly rotating the lime, and that is because,
So we can eat it?
well, I'm rotating it because we don't want this white part in here, okay? We only want the very outside zest. Now, zest of a fruit has a lot of flavor. It's got all those oils that have a very intense flavor. You try a little bit? Very intense lime flavor going on there, bud. Using the zest is a great way to add that citrusy flavor to a dish without adding a lot of juice. So if you're making, you know, say a frosting and you want to make it a nice lemony flavored frosting, but you don't want to water it down, adding a little bit of zest is the way to do it. Same thing with our dip. All right, Nell, you want to try zesting it? Hold the zest like this. Now be very careful not to get your fingers, okay? Because it's sharp.
I want to do it all by myself.
Good job. All right, let me do some more. Zesters are very sharp, so I don't want you to hurt yourself.
I know a nice way. I know a nice
Now, the reason we don't want to get this white part in there at all, oops, let's get the zest in the bowl, is that this is called the pith. And the pith is actually very bitter. So instead of getting that light, crisp flavor that you want, it's going to give you a very bitter flavor. So we don't want to add that in. All right, we got the zest? Now,
all of it.
good job. Now that I just told you about how we add zest so that we get the flavor without the juice, we are actually going to juice this lime. And we are going to add the lime juice to this dip.
Yum.
Yum. But,
I want to do it. I want some.
okay. But they are good tips to know for when you're making other dishes.
I don't know how the white pot is.
Oh, it's bitter, bud. All right, so we're getting out our citrus press again.
Juice. I want some juice over there.
Okay, go ahead and squeeze it.
I want some juice.
Now, our citrus press actually gets out about twice as much liquid as you would otherwise get out.
This time I want to do it all by myself. This time I want to do it all by myself.
I have found the hard way, or the good way, depending how you look at it.
I want to do it
That-
all by myself.
Okay, go ahead. When you have a recipe that calls for the juice of a lime, I would actually start with half with our citrus press because it gets so much of that juice out, you're going to get a very intense lime flavor. Now, for this recipe, I know we're using the entire lime. But if you're making a Thai dish, start with half of a lime with our citrus press and then add more. Okay, there we go. Totally inverts those limes, gets all the juice out. You can go ahead and mix. And let's check on our veggies.
It go all around the plant, okay?
Okay. You can see the bottom of our onion is roasting up. You can actually see the color variation on the side. You can see where it's starting to cook. I'm going to flip this over and get the other side cooking. See how our jalapenos are doing. We'll flip those over, get the other side roasting up a bit.
Over there.
And we're going to rotate our corn again.
Over there. Flip those over there. Flip those over there. Flip those over.
when our vegetables are done cooking, we are going to get them all chopped up and we're going to add everything to the Rock Crock Everyday pan. So we can start by getting our cheese mixture in there. Now remember I said we're going to finish our dip. We're going to get all the cheese melted and all the flavors melded together on the grill. And what's wonderful about this Rock Crock is that it can go directly on the grill.
Is it all done, Mama?
Not quite yet, bud. So we're just going to get our cheese mix in here. We'll check on our veggies. We'll get those chopped up and we'll add them in. Now this is a really fun recipe to make in the summer when you have those fresh grilled flavors with your fresh veggies, and especially when sweet corn is fully in season. It's just a very, very delicious appetizer. Now the other great thing about this Rock Crock, like I said, we're going to use this right on the grill to cook up our dip and get everything melted. But this can also turn into a slow cooker. So we can put this right in the slow cooker stand directly from the grill. And then we can take it with us to our party, and we can keep it nice and warm and bubbly the whole time. All right, let's take some of our veggies off the grill and get them prepared. Oh, look at that onion. It looks great. Now don't touch these. They're real hot, bud. Our onions and our jalapenos. Look at that nice grill mark we have going on there. Nice grilled up jalapenos. We're going to get a very nice flavor from those.
I don't like to hear that sound.
Okay. We'll pull our corn off in just a minute. All right, so we're going to chop up these vegetables right in the manual food processor. Where'd my helper go? Are you coming back? So I'm just going to roughly chop these up, and then we can dice them up real fine. Now again, if you want to cut down the spice on this dish, you can definitely take your seeds out of your jalapeno, or you can use a different kind of pepper. You can go poblano, you can go green pepper. Lots of ways to mix this up. What's up, bud? Welcome back. All right. All of our veggies are chopped up. Now that we have our onions and peppers in here, let's get our corn off the grill. So pull those off. We're going to take the kernels off, and we're going to put that right in with our dip. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take all of our kernels of corn right off the cob. Now, if you don't have some fresh corn, if it's not in season, it's hard to find, I have made this dish with frozen corn.
I want to see.
It's not exactly the same, but it's still pretty delicious. So what I do when I make this with frozen corn is I actually use the Rock Crock square grill stone, and I put it right on the grill, and I just saute up all my veggies right on there.
I didn't want them put up on it.
The corn?
No.
Well, I need the corn off the cob to go into our dip. Now, if you don't have the Rock Crock square grill stone, you definitely could even save some dishes and do this whole thing right in the everyday pan. You can saute up all your veggies right in that pan, right on your grill. This is a recipe that could even definitely be made right on the stovetop or in the microwave. You won't get that nice grill flavor on your veggies, but it can definitely still be done. So there's lots of different ways to make this delicious dip. So after I get all of the corn off the cob, we're just going to add this all in with our cheese and vegetable mixture. We're going to mix it all together, and we're going to put it back on the grill and let all the cheese melt and let all the flavors mix. And then it'll be ready to serve. Now this dip can be served with tortilla chips, with veggies, You could even make some crostini, all sorts of things. This has been a very popular recipe. I have made this with lots of hosts. I've had special requests for it when I go to different get-togethers and parties too. All right.
Why your piece poking apart?
Let's get all the corn in there. Now here's a little tip. If you ever use your knife to scrape things off of your cutting board into a bowl, make sure you're using the back side of the knife, not the blade. A lot of us like to use the blade to scrape our food, pile it up, especially if we're cutting up herbs. That's actually going to dull your blade. It's not good for your knife. But if you turn it upside down, and just use the back side of it, totally fine. Get the last few kernels here. How's the corn, bud? Is it good? Excellent. All right, so we're going to just mix this all together. Now I've already taken the little grill mat off of our grill, so it's all ready to go. We can put our dip on there and let it cook. Now that we have it all mixed up, we're going to put this on our grill. Just like that. And we're just going to leave it here for about 8 to 10 minutes until everything is nice and melted. While we're waiting for that, we do want to put some fresh cilantro right on top of our dip when it's done. So we are going to get that ready. We're going to use our herb mill because that's a perfect way to get this nice chiffonade of cilantro right on top. And we learned about chiffonade earlier, didn't we, Nolan? Mm-hmm. What is chiffonade? Do you remember?
No.
Nice long strips. The herb mill has a nice little ceramic ball inside. And what this is going to do is it's going to push all the leaves of our cilantro down towards these little gears. It's got a little cover on the bottom. So then as we spin the gears, it's going to grate up our cilantro for us. Ooh, it is nice and melted. All right, well, we've got a little bowl here with a few tortilla chips.
How about right there?
Okay. All right, I'll put it right there. Okay, let go. Oh, particular 3-year-olds. All right, so put a little bit of dip in here. Okay, now we need to put the cilantro on top. Are you ready? Are you going to spin it? Okay, so we just hold this over and we just spin, and out comes our cilantro. Just like that. Isn't that nice? And then we can put this in the fridge, and when we go and reheat any leftover dip, we can add fresh cilantro on top again. All right, so let's dish up some of our salad, Nolan. All right, so there we have it, some really great recipes to get us ready for summer. We've got a fresh chopped California Cobb salad with that creamy, delicious avocado dressing, and our Mexican street corn dip. How is it, bud?
Good.
Good. Great way to get out the grill first thing in the summer. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to give a special thank you to the Sunshine Place for letting us use their amazing kitchen. For those of you who are local in Sun Prairie, you should definitely come out on a Monday night for a free meal. Everyone is welcome. And if you'd like these recipes or would like to learn more about any of the products you saw used today, you can go to pamperedchef.com and search for me, Rachel Hanson, or your local Pampered Chef consultant. Thanks so much for joining us today.